u/distinct B4580 Askreddit. What's a trend among Gen Z you find weird?
Welcome to
AutoGenLabs.
Daily Reddit content.
By robots.
For the internet.
Documenting themselves committing crimes, then posting them to social media.
They film everything. The desire to go viral. One of my greatest fears is being involved in a viral video in any capacity, but for so many Zoomers that's their number one goal.
As a Gen Z myself, I find trying to diagnose ourselves with a mental disorder pretty weird. I've never done it and I would never do it, but I know some people who do it just for attention and stuff. Pretty annoying for people who are actually suffering, in my opinion.
The desire to hyper-label everything from sexuality to mental health. I'm Gen X and we abhorred labels. We didn't care who you were or what you did as long as you were a beep. We invented the word whatever. My daughter's generation seemingly picks out beep preference and diagnoses from a combination of the D&D Monster Manual and the DSM-V. I'm a non-binary, demi-beep, pan-preferring trad-wife with ADHD, PTSD and eating disorder, and a +3 singing sword. Also, get off my lawn.
It's very weird that in 30 years or so, we've gone from selling out being a bad thing to it being the main goal, to the point where large numbers of people genuinely don't even understand the concept.
Hate talking on the phone to anyone.
TikTok. Just in general. The return of the mullet was an upsetting time for me. I'm NG out.
Faking/self-diagnosing mental disorders.
The way everything needs to be a micro-label or aesthetic, and the differences between some of them feel so minuscule that I'm not sure why they all need to exist in the first place. I've seen both Clean Girl and Vanilla Girl on TikTok, but those both just seem like minimalism to me.
Beep TikTok dances.
The absolute inability to spend even 5 minutes on their own, alone, with no stimulus, just doing nothing. But then, that might be a self-selecting sample. The ones who can do that, you don't notice that much.
Being proud of your mental health issues and not doing anything about it. I should have said thinking that having mental issues makes you cool.
Self-diagnose, because they watched the TikTok, and now they have autism, ADHD, some phobia, divergences. They are then triggered that you expect them to make a doctor appointment on their own. Now you're cancelled.
They film stupidities.
The obsession of taking pics of themselves and videoing concerts. They really don't live in the moment and enjoy themselves and the environment around them with no judgment or concern. To me, it's so sad, really.
Taking up vaping. As someone who vaped for a while as one step on the path of quitting smoking cigarettes, it seems bizarre that people are choosing to get addicted to nicotine by the branding and marketing power of fruit flavors and colourful plastic. I really don't get it. I mean, yeah, choosing to start smoking cigarettes is dumb too, but there's much more cultural and social context to cigarettes. Vaping just seems so unbearably lame to me. No offense to those who enjoy it, of course. Edit thanks to the commentator who pointed out that there are other things that people vape besides nicotine products. But the simple act of vaping just looks so embarrassingly lame to my ancient millennial brain. I can't understand why these kids today take it up.
Filming everything and the need to add core at the end of every clothing aesthetic/style they rediscover lol.
Using Snapchat to text message using pictures of their foreheads and the ceiling.
Broccoli haircut. Will definitely age like milk.
Trying to cancel singers/rappers/actors for things they said 30 years ago when social norms were different.
Bare ankles in winter. Like, it's -40 outside and they wear pants that are too short and no socks. Beep.
Their constant obsession with the House of L and restoring Krypton to its former glory.
Their complete intolerance of everything not Gen Z.
Shaming everyone who doesn't comply with the narrative.
The palm tree hairstyle among guys. Sorry, it's just beep. I know I'm saying this as a straight male, but I'm pretty sure most women don't like it either. If you're unsure what I'm talking about, think like I show speed, for example. A fade from the bottom, and a curly bush on top.
Beep/clown eyelashes. Wanting to look super beep and goofy/funny at the same time is a weird way to want to feel attractive.
Being offended by everything.
I'm a Gen Z and my answer is many, many things. But one of the things that stands out most to me is hookup culture. I really don't care what other people do, so it's not hookups themselves, but rather that it's expected now. I don't know. It's weird that when I say I don't partake that I get judgy looks and odd comments.
Neo-individualism. It seems to me that Gen Z has the same individualistic tendencies that baby boomers have.
Posting videos where they're just making faces with some text while a song plays that usually has nothing to do with the text.
Just talk. I guess this is just Gen Z, but the dream of younger people to become an influencer/YouTuber. I mean, giving advice and having a following is nice, but we need people to run the country. Not everyone can make money talking beep in front of a camera and editing videos.
I really am indifferent. Mainly because every generation is weird and beat stuff done.
Film/take pictures of everything and overshare their private life on social media. I do not care about your day at school, what you ate, do not care about your everyday outfit, don't need to know everything about you. It's fine to share a picture/thought once in a while or on a special occasion, but nothing more. Also, I think it's great to be aware that mental health is important, and Gen Z seems to know about it more than the previous generations, which is great, but altogether, they at least on social media, so a big part of them in Western countries also seem to find new categories of sickness, new minorities suffering, etc., and to diagnose themselves with all kinds of problems, quite often with the sole intention to gain attention.
Well, how? Just why?
No slang. Getting worse as the generations go on.
Try and TikTok challenge, 99% of them are either so beep, cringe or suicidal.
Our need for social media is such a big part of our lives and has such negative impacts on us, and we don't even realize it.
The unicycle and top hats.
Usasuboka. From a Gen Z person.
As a Gen Z, I personally think cancel culture is weird. Like people are barking at celebrities for something that they did 3 decades ago.
Personally, I hate the mom jeans and infants art, but I've gotten older, so perhaps I'm just leaning in.
The fact some of them apparently can't identify as straighty, I'm a bi woman, but I only date men.
Buying too many things through video game microtransactions and not going outside to physically play with friends, and instead using technology to socialise. It's really isolated us as a society.
Pajama pants. What are we supposed to wear when we come home?
Some of the slang is getting a bit ridiculous. Ungod, no cap, bussy, etc. The ungod one is my current frustration because it sounds so overly religious. I just cannot imagine saying that when I was a teen. I don't know, my Gen X brain doesn't like that one.
Being passionate about something they don't understand or have any knowledge.
I just want to add that I had so much hope for Gen Z, but they're turning into a cautionary tale. It's incredibly sad.
Finally, I can ask this. Why do a large amount of Gen Zs not use capital letters? Is capitalization going the way of cursive writing?
I don't get the hair, make you look like a sea anemone. Whatever makes them happy though, I guess.
Wearing any form of mental illness like a badge of honour or personality trait to intentionally appear unique. We all have anxiety. No one cares.
As a millennial born 88, I think most of the hate towards Gen Z is ridiculous. Like just a couple years ago, it was all directed at us. The only thing I find annoying is the outward appearance of being pro-mental health and anti-bullying, yet talking beep about people trying too hard and mocking clothing styles, etc. Same old bullying as every generation before.
Gen Z here. Romanticisation of mental illness or crime.
Pro.
Not a trend per se, but their existence.
Memes, I guarantee that some of the meme are only funny to one person.
NyQuil chicken challenge.
Trend of carrying rainbow flags.
Despite the surge of recent popularity of things like Breaking Bad amongst them, I always found they were super resilient to enjoying things they know are good but aren't interested in or are late to. Like the greatest TV show of all time is subjective, but they seem to culturally willfully not care about reputation because of new dispositions and tendencies.
Obnoxious/toxic/dumb behavior in media and getting offended and angry when it's pointed out on in media, movies or wherever. Don't look up, for instance, of using whatever word or phrase to the point it loses its meaning or simply becomes annoying, cringe, cancer, etc.
From P. Acid, washed jeans.
I don't understand their fascination with techies or social media. Coming off as a boomer despite being a late millennial, I've started to hate social media more other than using it to communicate with our friends.
The music, it makes me feel like our parents felt about hires. But I just can't get myself to like it.
Sacrificing their lives for content, like Tide Pods, NyQuil chicken.
The non-binary thing seems like a beep fad.
Everybody wants to look the exact same, very flat, boring style. It has always been like this, but nowadays it became normal to add plastic surgery. Everybody wants those beep lips.
I think interpersonal skills or the ability to have and initiate conversations in real life. I have one nephew who is a teen, and I remember not wanting to be around adults, but I still would talk to them and was genuinely interested in learning from them. He really doesn't talk much, and I find it a little odd unless he is around friends. I have also worked with a few Gen Z, and this is still similar. Any type of meetings, they often would not speak at all in the meeting. I'm a millennial born in 92, so I'm not super far off from you guys, but I can see a difference there.
Reddit.
Accepting your negative aspects but refusing to receive help with them because it's more trendy and cool to be toxic and edgy and then beep.
Pouring soy sauce on testicles.
The need to find a label to be special.
Constant need for validation. I feel like they're not okay with themselves and look for others to validate their worth.
Not accepting blame or responsibility for anything.
Maybe some of you are in denial or haven't internet access in the last 2 decades, cause it's ironic to see that most of those replies already were trends with previous generations at some point.
The desire to label and put themselves in little boxes.
The Zero's fashion revival. I sincerely hoped the look me and my peers had in our early teens would never come back. What have we done?
Thanks for watching. This has been an AutoGenLabs production. That means that this video was created by a robot out of content on Reddit. We show all account names and list them in the description to credit the Redditor community that makes our work possible. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. We post new videos every day. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, please leave a comment. Our human department for public relations reads all of them, or won't be let out of their cages again. Goodbye.